Hello there once again, DemonDriver here. Thank you for joining me. I'm honored to have your company once again. Right here I have in my wings an unlaminated Airbus A310 wing and a Balsa laminated A310 wing. Right and left wing, same plane. And I'm going to show you in this video how I laminate, how I go from this to this by laminating your styrofoam wing, any kind of wing for any kind of aircraft, with balsa sheet. In this case it's 1/32 balsa sheet. I'm going to show you how I go from this and get this in this video. So enjoy, sit back and watch. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments and I'll be honored to answer them. Okay? Enjoy the video, sit back and watch, and again, I'm honored to have you here. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Bye. Okay, DemonDriver back again. Here is our bare A310 wing, white styrofoam. Okay, now the three things you have to really remember here is, first of all, you have to do this on a flat surface. Okay, now this table bit right here, this table portion is large enough for the A310 wing to fit inside of. When you're going across a two-pane table like this, sometimes it's not perfectly straight all the way across. So here is our A310 wing. The first thing you have to remember to do before you apply your 1/32 balsa sheet is make sure that it's sanded as smooth as you can sand it. Real small little divots and little holes in the styrofoam are not that big of a deal. It's okay, because it's the greater surface that we have to worry about. Make sure it's sanded smooth to an aerodynamic surface. I have my balsa leading edge added. As you can see, my balsa leading edge has been added to my A310 wing, and that's what we want. So it's easier to do that first, and what you come up with is what we have right here. And here is the wing of a customer's Boeing 767-300 freighter. Okay, and it has its balsa leading edge. It's been laminated with 1/32 sheet. And one thing that this wing has that this wing does not have is it already has its internal carbon fiber rods added, and it also has some weight saving holes hot wired out already. So this wing is basically already ready to have its engine pylon fully mounted, flaps, ailerons cut out, all that good stuff, landing gear base and mount put in, all that fun stuff. So here is our 1/32 sheet right here. 1/32 sheet balsa. You can find this kind of balsa from many different balsa suppliers, and balsa mills will carry it. It's a very common sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly, I'm going to use a laminate. I'm going to use a two-part epoxy laminate resin, 5-minute. Alright. It's good to have metal rulers with you. It's good to have spare balsa sheet, you may need it, and a bunch of good brushes that are wide to apply the laminate to your surface. You want to quickly do that. You want to have some good brushes to quickly be able to get the laminate onto the surface quickly, because I work quickly and that's how it works. And then we're going to go ahead and add our balsa sheet. One thing I like to use is tape. A lot of you are going to say, well, Chris, how do you hold the balsa into shape and onto the surface? Well, I'm going to show you my trick for doing that. It's quick and easy, and it should work for you. Now, what some of you are going to ask, or what many of you are wondering right now, is, Chris, how are you going to get the balsa to adhere to the curvature of the A310's wing? Well, the answer there's two answers that I like to use. Actually, there's more. First answer, I don't have them right here, but you can use bean bags. large bean bags that you lay down. You can use a magazine. You lay a magazine down and that'll hold it down. Or you can do this. Once the laminate is down, you can add metal rulers like this, or excuse me, in this case aluminum rulers, to the surface like so. And the weight of the rulers holds it down. I don't necessarily like this because you'll get a ridge. Sometimes in between the rulers you'll get a little bit of the balsa will pop up and you won't get it adhering. You want it to adhere completely to the surface. Now there's one major advantage I like for 5-minute resin epoxy over other resins is it's tough. This stuff is strong, it's durable. It gives me a very tough, kind of like an underskin underneath the balsa. So you have the balsa, the underskin, the foam, and the carbon fiber, and the balsa leading edge. It really gives you a strong, tough, durable wing that really is really resilient. So, okay, this is the first thing we do. We lay our balsa sheet down over the A310's wing, like so, and we straighten it out like this. And I lay it down exactly as I would before I actually laminate it and do it for real. Because once you put the laminate down, you better be ready to go. I take a pen, regular pen, and I take it and I mark. Actually, let me get this watch off, because a watch sometimes will ding the it'll ding the balsa. So take the pen and I mark where the edge of the balsa is going to lie, and I mark that down like so. Alright, and I mark where the balsa ends, because this sheet doesn't go all the way, and I mark that right at the edge there. See that? So I take the pen and I mark so that I got two things going on here. I like to mark on the surface of the A310 wing where the balsa is going to sit. Do you see that? See, now I know where to put the first round of resin, and I know where not to put it and where not to put it, because with a 5-minute you want to get a nice even sheet, a nice even spread of epoxy laminate of this 5-minute 2-part epoxy across the surface, and you want it nice and easy. Two things going on. I don't want to use too much epoxy because it's expensive and it's heavy. So you don't want to use too much. You want to use just enough. But you want to completely cover the surface, okay? Now, the way I like to add and to put pressure down is with tape. I put pressure over the leading edge, or the surface of the upper surface of the A310's wing, with clear tape, clear masking tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break off some pieces just to start out with and get them ready. This is a way you save time, because you do this now and you don't need to do it when the epoxy is set, or when the epoxy is already spread out, because that takes you need that time to put the to spread the epoxy across the surface. So time is of the essence. If you're a little slow and you need time, use a 15-minute or even a half-hour epoxy. That's fine. Whatever you're easiest with. Okay. Second thing I'm going to do is I get some mixing cardboard, piece of mixing cardboard, and I go ahead and take my my 5-minute epoxy. Make sure you can see what's happening here. Get my 5-minute. Now I'm gonna need quite a bit here, because this is a big surface. So I'm gonna squeeze out about 1.5 to 2 inch diameter puddles or blobs of 5-minute epoxy. See? Now, a lot of guys are saying, well, Chris, there's certain special resins that you use to do this, to laminate balsa to a surface, but I think 5-minute works just as well, and it's quick and easy, and man, once it's down, you've got a very, very, very resilient, tough surface, and it really, you know, that balsa isn't coming up. What's key right now, what I'm doing is I'm mixing the two together to make one really good resin. The more you mix it, the more efficiently you mix it, the better it sticks, the better it works. But you got to be quick about it. Right now, time is of the essence, and we got to move, and we got to be quick, and we have to be accurate. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and start adding the laminate very quickly to the surface of the A310's wing. Now, what is crucial is that you're gentle as you apply it to the surface, but at the same time, you got to get it on there, and you got to rock. You can't waste time. You got to move, 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 because all the while the resin is setting. You'll need a little bit more. Gonna need a little bit more, and I gotta move. I can't dilly-dally. Gotta be quick. Mix it together quickly and apply it. And I gotta be quick. Can't waste time here. If you want to make it easy on yourself, you can do that. It's all up to you. Okay, the laminate is down. I'm happy with that. Make sure everything is smooth. Okay, remember the tape that I laid down, right? Remember I did that first? I'm going to show you why. Okay, I'm going to take the balsa, and I'm going to show you, see the pen marks? I very carefully make sure that I lay the balsa down along those pen marks, and I take my hand and I very smoothly press down the balsa onto the surface. And I take my finger and I run it down, and I get any excess epoxy that drips out. And of course I put my hand right in the epoxy. This is where our tape comes in. Remember I had the tape? Alright, this is where it comes in. Watch what I do. I take the tape, I go like this. Press the tape down over the balsa like that, and right onto the table. Take the tape, take a little bit, and this is crucial right there. Take the tape and you apply it straight, the end of the balsa piece right onto the foam. You're taping it right down, just like that. Take the piece of tape. There you go. Apply pressure with your hand. By just you taking your hand and going like this while the epoxy is setting is enough in a lot of cases to get the balsa to stick. But the tape seals the deal. The tape is what really helps get the balsa to stick to the foam surface of your wing. See? Go ahead like that, and apply it right to it. And just stick that sucker right on, and press it down, and it's now, you can actually feel it getting hot as the two parts of the two-part epoxy starts to heat up. You can feel it heating up. You can feel it happening. You can feel it starting to chemically alter and become another chemical. Now sometimes trailing edge can give you trouble, and what I like to do is I'll take a ruler like that, and I'll take a weight like an old battery and pop that down right on that rear, that leading edge, and that keeps it down. But what you can do, and it works fine, is you just take your hands you go like this. This is the good thing about 5 minute, is it works quickly. It works quickly, but you got to be fast. You got to be accurate, and you have to be quick. Okay? You run your hands, and you keep doing this for a little while, and you make sure that with your hands you can feel if the balsa is bubbling, if you're not getting a perfect stick. You run your fingers across the surface like that. You can feel with your hand. You can feel when there's a problem, and you just press it down. And because it's 5 minute, because this is 5 minute, it works quickly. Now, one of the tricks that you use to make sure to know where the epoxy is you check the epoxy you just mixed. And you can see that it's sticking pretty good. Actually, it's virtually completely set. Because what's happening here with the stuff we mixed up is happening underneath the balsa. So we'll wait a few more minutes, let it set, and then we'll add the rest of the balsa to the back end of the A310's wing. All right, we're back. Now, the balsa is set, the epoxy is cured. This balsa ain't coming off that foam wing. It's on there. It's part of the foam now. That's the beauty of this. It's part of that. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to add more balsa sheet to the back end of this A310's wing. So I very gently remove the clear tape from the upper surface of the A310's wing, very gently. Okay, very gently, very gently. Okay, wonderful. Now, what is important, we don't want to waste balsa. Balsa is a nice commodity, it's a nice thing, but it is not, it's finite. You only have so much of it, you know what I mean? So, what we're going to do is, we're going to very gently lay more right here, and we don't want to waste it. Go ahead, and we estimate where the wing is, right about there, run through there. So I'm going to cut away that is going to be cut away. One of the things I don't know if I mentioned, make sure that you have some good sharp razor blades. These are actually, let me get a fresh blade here. Don't like working with a blade unless I know it's fresh. These are X-Acto knives, X-Acto blades. Very handy and probably the best preferred way to cut balsa. Alright? We go ahead, cut that balsa. We go ahead, we cut that balsa, cut it away. Beautiful, nice. And I'm going to use a little bit there for that end of that trailing edge corner of the A310's wing. Go ahead and cut that away like that. Look at that, like meat off the bone. Beautiful, easy, simple. And what you're seeing me do here, you can do with a fuselage. When you get into curved areas like the fuselage of an airliner, the nose end, the tail end, things get a little bit more difficult, because actually a lot more difficult, because you're not working with a flat surface, you're working with curved, and balsa doesn't like to curve. That's where you have to cut out little bits and little corners and little nooks and crannies, and that's where it's like making a jigsaw puzzle. It's like, it's literally making a jigsaw puzzle. Alright, let's go ahead. It's time to mix up more epoxy. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to fill in that area there, right? This is what we're going to do. We're going to do exactly what we did before. We're probably not going to need as much, because it's a little bit smaller area. 2-part 5-minute epoxy, so we got to work fast. So, before I do that, I'm going to pull some pieces of tape out, get them pre-positioned like that. Get them pre-positioned. If you work fast, scratch building can be a blast, but don't rush. Don't, I work quick because I've been doing this for years, and I'm used to it. I guess it's, you know, the old saying, muscle memory. So I'm kind of used to doing it. So we take another nice fat wide brush, and we just mix the two pieces together, two-bit epoxy together. It's starting to get a little dark, huh? It's getting late in the evening. I gotta hurry up and get this done, or you guys won't be able to see me. All right, here we go. All right, mixing it up. Mix, mix, mix. Make sure you're accurate. Make sure you do it right, and we just apply it straight to the foam. Look at that, right to the foam. No fooling around. From the mixing board right onto the. This is white styrofoam. Remember that video I said, you know, the new way I'm building airliners? Well, this is the new way, folks. So I'm back to laminating our wing, A310 wing, Pan Am. I love Airbus. For those of you who think I am a Boeing and Convair and McDonnell Douglas fan, I am, but I'm also a big Airbus fan. I love Airbus and Aerospatiale and Dornier, all that fun stuff. I love European aircraft. Big fan of European aircraft here. So all my Euro fans, you guys are welcome here because, hey man, big world and a lot of beautiful aircraft out there. So I'm going ahead and adding my balsa sheet to the tail end of the A310's wing. Now this is, what I'm about to do is pretty important. I want to watch what I'm about to do here. I'm going to get some tape and tape the, that piece is bad. I'm going to put a tape in that seam there between the pieces of balsa, the sheets, because you got to have a smooth transition between the two to make this work. If not, it's not going to work. There we are. We got that corner bit there. Go ahead and put that piece right into the corner bit, just like so. Okay. Take over that bit right there, like so. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Get some tape. And there we go. Man, I'm telling you, these mosquitoes are killing me out here. It is November here in South Carolina, but we still got tons of mosquitoes. And as you can see, it's like 75 degrees right now. So I mean, I'm in heaven, but still, the mosquitoes just love eating my ass to death. So we're pressing with our hands the balsa to the wing of the A310, to the styrofoam wing, and we use our hands and we can press it straight on. You massage it. You're basically massaging it. You're massaging it. That's what you're doing. You're pressing the balsa straight to the surface. Now I gotta get that outer surface there too. Can't forget that. Also, be very careful when you pull the balsa up from the surface, because sometimes you can actually pull, if you're not careful, you can actually pull the balsa straight off. You can tear the balsa, so be careful. Watch yourself. Don't get, you know. Now I know a lot of you, it's important to keep the balsa going in one direction, but sometimes, you know, it's not, you know, you can go in the other direction too if you're, you know, doing a wing tip, the end of a wing. But in order to make nice, I'll go ahead and do it all in the same direction. So yeah, take my razor, cut some more pieces. It's important to have a good straight edge ruler, so that way you can cut the balsa, cut nice pieces, nice straight pieces. So I'm going to add the tip there to the far wing tip. Going to go ahead and add add a little bit more epoxy and do that wing tip. So we have a whole covered surface with nothing left. Now on my airliners and my planes where I'm doing this, I have a balsa upper surface, but then I keep the bottom surface, I use 1mm or 2mm Depron. And the reason I'm doing that is because just Depron is just that much, it's more durable than, you know, it's less prone to the damage. You know, the underside of your wing is really the part of your wing that's going to get the damage. Hard landings, rocks, stones, you land on a damp runway, you know, the dampness is going to go, where is it going to go? It's going to go on the bottom of the wing. It's not going to go on the top side of the wing. So it's important to have your underside as durable as you can make it. So I'm going and I'm adding right now, I don't know if you can see this, I'm adding right now the outer pieces of balsa to the A310's upper surface of the wing. I took these little pieces and I cut them out like so. And I take some more tape, like I showed you, take some clear tape, and I just very gently stick the tape right on there. Press it down with my hand. You hand press it, take some more tape like so. Press that down like so. And you press it, you hand press it with your hand, and your hand will adhere to the aerodynamic surface of the wing. Like that. You just press it down with your hand. Now, all this other epoxy and fun stuff is starting to set. It's already set on this piece, done. So I can start gently, very gently, peeling off the tape from the upper surface, from the balsa. Very careful. Gotta be careful. And of course we pick up everything on the table with the tape. Very gentle. Very gentle, very gentle. Alright, look at that. Nothing to it. We'll let that piece out there set. Next, we're going to cut away the excess balsa. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut away the bottom, or excuse me, cut away the excess balsa from the wing, from the A310 wing. So I'm going to, I've got a bathroom mat here. You can use a piece of foam. A piece of foam is fine too. Right now all my foam is engaged, so I'm going to use a bathroom mat instead. That's okay, that's fine, that'll work. Let's get all this junk out of here. The bathroom mat is in order to make sure that we don't ding and hurt the balsa. This balsa now is prone to you know, dings and dents and scratches the same way any surfaces. Now do you see, here's the underside of the balsa, actually the underside of the styrofoam. No carbon fiber has been laid in yet. The weight saving whole chunks haven't been cut out. Flaps haven't, ailerons haven't been cut out yet. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to cut away the excess balsa. So what we do is we take a ruler, lay it on its top, and we just very gently, we line up the ruler, over the styrofoam, we take our razor and we very gently cut, and I mean gently, very, very gently cut along the aluminum ruler and cut away the excess balsa. There we go. Very gently. All right. So far, so good. I'm trying to do this on the camera so you can see it. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. We gotta do the top side. Alright, I'm gonna mark it with a pen. Hope you can see this. I mark it with a pen like that because I gotta follow the wing cord, where the wing meets the fuselage. I gotta cut that. Alright? So that's what I'm going to do now. Take our straight edge ruler, like so. Line it up with the balsa and the lines that you've made. And go ahead and cut that sucker. Very gently. All gently. Do everything nice and smooth, nice and easy, and you can't lose. You got to do everything nice and easy, folks. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Got a little divot there, but that's no big deal because it's actually, the foam, the balsa is actually shot past a little bit. So I can clean that up, no big deal. So we go ahead and, these pieces of balsa, we can reuse them, so hang on to them. Don't throw them away. Reuse them. Okay, now we're doing the trailing edge of the A320. Very gently, remember what I told you. Here comes the C-17. Charleston Express. Now I'm going to do the trailing edge. Outer wingtip. There we are. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, there we are. Fully laminated Airbus A310 wing. Right hand wing, fully laminated with balsa sheet, 1/32 sheet. That's how you do it. That's how I just did it. Nice and easy, nice good surface, smooth. You know, I'll just do a little extra sanding, maybe add a little bit of lightweight spackle to fill in any cracks or, you know, anything like that. I'll go ahead and sand where the 1/32 edge meets the balsa leading edge. I'll sand that down smooth, and this will be one smooth wing, man. One smooth A310 wing. Really nice. Really came out really good. I'm really happy and very satisfied with how it came out. It's DemonDriver, and that's how you do it. It's that easy. Alright, so no excuses. Get building and get laminating. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I'm always honored. And hey, if you like what you see, please subscribe. I'm honored to have your presence. I'm honored to have your company. Thank you. Bye-bye.